welcome back to Unspoken Words from a Black Girl. It's your girl Melissa, and today we're going to be talking about why you need to stop trying to convince everyone of why you're walking on your path. There has been so many times where it's supposed to be people that I cared about and I thought cared about me, and I used to always, bring up this idea of, oh, I want to do this. I want to start this YouTube channel, or I want to go travel the country, or it's just you doing something unconventional, you being different, right? And every time I had these conversations with these people, I always ended up questioning my own path. I'm like, I'm not having these thoughts, I'm not having these feelings, I'm not having these urges for no reason. And unfortunately, we gotta keep getting discouraged until like the light bulb finally clicks, like, oh, these people are never going to agree with me. These people are never going to support me because they literally cannot see your vision. And it's like the sooner you realize that you need to stop forcing people to see a vision that's in your head, a vision that you were gave, then that's the sooner you'll start working towards your goals. And not only will you work towards your goals, but you will start to actually be disciplined. And it's like, yes, it's sad and it's hurtful that you can't, it's hard to find people to support you, because I'm not going to say that there's no one that supports you, because of course you can have that, but unfortunately in the world that we're living in, it's rare. And it's like, that's okay, because it's like when you have visions this big and when you're meant to be something, the path to the top is a lonely, dark road at the end of the day. That's the truth of the matter. That is a lonely journey. It's a lonely path. And it's human nature to want support. It's human nature to want people to work through this with you. It's human nature to want a community. But it's like we were taught that the community only goes as far as the people in your immediate circle, or the people you see every day, or your family. That's the unrealistic part. And I know a lot of people talk about how it's the phones, and a lot of people talk about us being on social media is the reason, our mental health is so bad and we see unrealistic things. But that's also how you find your community, though. You don't know how many people you're helping, whether they say it or comment on it or not. But you don't know how many people you're helping by simply posting about your experience, because y'all share the same path. Y'all have the same vision. Y'all were given the same discipline and drive to be something greater. And it's like, that's your community. Sometimes, it's not going to be people that you can see every day. It may be somebody you see online. It may be, it could be anything. And I just really want to put emphasis on, you're going to hurt yourself even more trying to convince someone about what you should be doing. It's part of your journey to have to push through all of the outside noise. That's a part of the journey. It was the reason that it was given to you, because yes, it's hurtful. Yes, it's discouraging. Yes, it makes you want to stop. Maybe you had to restart this and start the journey again 50 times, and that's okay. That's okay, because it's a part of it. We were conditioned to think one thing. We were conditioned to think, yeah, these people are supposed to support you. Yeah, your friends are supposed to support you. Yeah, your family is supposed to support you. Yeah, your, partners are supposed to support you. But does that happen most of the time? No, it does not happen most of the time. And I know a lot of people can look at it, it's like, well, this is unattainable. Like, why is it so many people that, don't support us? And it's like, the way I look at it, although it was pushed for us to have this big community, that's not the time that we're in right now. I'm not saying that it won't ever happen in the future. I'm not saying that we're not able to rebuild that back up. But right now, you have to focus on yourself and you have to push yourself. You have to be disciplined for yourself. And if we really think about it and, we materialize what I'm referring to right now, let's refer to billionaires and millionaires. Do you ever hear that they say that they got to the top with a community? Do you ever hear them say they got to the top because their whole family supported them? What is the key thing that they usually say? That people never believed in them. They had to believe in themselves. They had to do it themselves. Some of them people was homeless and they had to make it to the top themselves. Some people, they grew up in lower income communities and they had to get to the top themselves. There's 50 people trying to pull them down and keep them down, and they don't want them to surpass them. And they had to push through the outside noise themselves. So it's just like, that's the point I'm trying to make, that your path isn't going to be for everybody. Some people is going to think you're crazy. They're going to look at you like you got 10 heads when you share your path, because it's not supposed to look attainable to them, because it's not for them. It's not their path. They wasn't given that vision. Some people, like I said already, some people, they may change and, they may end up seeing a vision. And, some people not going to believe in your vision until you make it. And that's okay. It's like, you have to separate yourself and you have to learn to be okay. You have to learn to, walk in your path that you were given. Like, the key thing to all of this is your vision isn't gonna be for everyone. Sometimes, you got to push through it yourself, and it's okay. I feel like a lot of people try to do a lot of convincing because they feel like they need the help, and they don't. You don't need the help. Do it yourself. You see the vision, figure out how to get there. A lot of people that that you're telling this vision to, they may not even know how to actually achieve it, which is why they're not supportive, which is why they go silent when you say it, which is why they try to make you feel discouraged, which is why they may verbally say, you're not finna do that. Who do you think you are? They may verbally say that because that's what they think. When you start having those type of conversations, unfortunately, you're going to have to remove yourself. And, you don't have to fully remove yourself because, like I said, it could be family. It could be something like that. But you have to always have the mindset of, I have outgrown this person. And they could be trying to downplay your dream. They could be... You talking to somebody that you've outgrown could be the difference in you starting your path tomorrow and you starting your path in 10 years. That's just the point that I'm trying to make, that don't allow all the outside noise to distract you. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for listening. That was all I have for y'all today. I will see y'all and talk to y'all on the next video. Bye.